what I'll show you is there's a setting where you can tell it to auto nurture the people automatically. Well, let me see where that's at, because again, they moved everything around on us.
People are waiting to be nurtured.
Yeah, it'll warn you. All right, so over in the same, or if I click on automations, over to the right where it said automation status, yours should say enabled now.
Yeah, it does.
Underneath that, there's update settings. So if you click on that, you have some options. So top one is you want to turn that on, determines whether or not RealScout is automatically applying auto nurture to contacts. And then you have two choices for automation mode. I would suggest apply auto nurture to all new contacts. That way you don't have to go in and start to add it. If you have like your database all dialed in, you could do the top section, but most times you can just have it apply to all the new people. And then you do have a couple choices. It has a default map location. So if you work a certain area, I would start off from that as your center point. So like I'm orange, so I put the center of orange as my default map location. So if your map is like way away from any of your areas, to fix that is you just type in an address of a property in your farm in the area you want to work with, and then it'll make that the center point for your radius, because underneath that, your next choice is what's your radius for listings. I'm at 25, but that's the max you can do. Because the whole point of this is really it's more localized.
Wow.
And then your last choice, which I probably wouldn't do, is you have the option to suppress your drip campaigns, which means it won't contact them. So I would leave that off, but that's there. I had to stop sending stuff out all of a sudden. And then lastly, you have something called fallback template. So it will create like an alert automatically. So I have one set up. It's single family in Orange County under $1 million. So I have that set up, and then it has a fallback market alert template. This I did not set. It set that for me because technically I'm an Hills agent, so that's why it made market activity for Anaheim my default. So usually your defaults are fine unless they're completely out of the area. I wouldn't change them, but you do have the capability to change those if you want.
Do you think that's a good idea to have a fallback template or not?
I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but because I created some other alerts when they first came out to teach a class on it, I went ahead and just set it to that anyway, just because that seemed to be a popular setting. And I've done a bunch of marketing with, Orange County single family under $1 million. I've done some ads, so it seems to be, and it's kind of high on the SEO keyword, so that's why I have it in there. But it could be differently for whatever market you're working.
That listing, is that alerting you, or is that alerting everyone that you have?
It's kind of a name of a search that I created specifically around that subject. But I created that subject because I had done an SEO analysis for Orange County, and that was there was 100 hot keywords, and that was one of them. So that's where I came up with that decision. But if let's just say you worked Cowan Heights and that was your niche, then I would probably have it say, Cowan Heights. Or maybe you work the Merediths.
But who does that go to? Everyone that you put in there under that?
It's a fallback search. So as it's dripping, like market reports, things like that, it may offer that up as a default search unless they are. So let's just say they don't click on search in any properties and they've done nothing but look at their home value alerts. It may give them that search as an ask. Well, hey, would you like to know what houses are for sale under $1 million in Orange County? So that's why it's called a fallback. But usually it won't get to that because at some point they're most likely to click on market updates, or especially the one, I think this is the hottest one that they use, which is 10, 20, 15 houses sold in your area. Click here to find out about them. Because that would drive me as a homeowner. Because I want to know what's going on, what's selling around me. Maybe I need to sell. Maybe they know something I don't. Maybe the HOA is becoming insolvent and I should sell now.
So when I click on the fallback template, I have 92869 condo, which is where I had a listing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Was a condo, but it's not there. It's only if I click on it.
Have a little.
Not that I,
Oh, you're okay.
What if you wanna change that? Something else?
So let me show you, because what you have to do is you need to create a new listing alert, and maybe that'd be a good idea to us to set that up. So let me show you how to do that. So go back over to email alerts where we're at before, over on the left-hand side menu, and then go to listing alerts. So typically, these would be created by your client, but you can create them for you also.
okay,
So what we do here is let's create our default listing alert. So click on the button that says create new alert. And then this is just like setting up a, this is the old search. So, I mean, pick your options of where you want the search to be. So think about what's the meat and potatoes of most of your properties that you'd like to sell. Think of price point, area, maybe subtype. So if you're big into condos, focus on condos. But if you just want to keep it broad, maybe just start off with list price. Let's say we do from $1 million to $1.5 million, or whatever you want that to be. I'll do $1 million to $2 million. I'll just be very broad. And property subtype, I'm going to click single family. And then status, I want to do active. Maybe coming soon. Probably don't want to do pending and but it depends. If I was doing this for a client, I might include everything. That way they don't give me a Zillow listing and tell me, well, what about this one? And then you tell them, no, it's going to close escrow tomorrow. So set up your search like you're just setting up a search. You can be as detailed or as broad as you want, but just keep in mind, the more detailed you are, the smaller the pool is going to be. So right now, I'm at 6,847 results. So maybe I want to dial this search in. So I'm going to go back to my original idea and just do $1 million to $1.5 million. And then I click save view results. So let me go back because I didn't put in a city. That would probably be helpful, right? So
well, I put in the city, but then when I go to something else, it takes my city away.
did you click on it? Like, because it should turn in, once you click on it, it should turn into a little box, a little blue box that shows up under city.
Okay.
So
I just typed it in, but then
yeah, they need,
the
yeah, so it's like, that's like a search, and then once you click on it, then it's going to lock it in. So I have 0 results right now. So maybe I need to go out to 2 million. Still have 0 results. So what's going on? So let's do county just to be helpful. I spelled orange, right? There we go. So now we're Orange County. So that's 735. So I can work with that. So what I did, 1 million to 2 million, single family, active, coming soon, gives me 735 results. I think that's good for somebody that doesn't know where they're looking. And again, this is for the people that have not searched for something around their neighborhood or outside of it. So this is like a backup default search. So if this looks good, then up at the right-hand corner, there's save search and template. So I'm going to click on that, and I got to move this out of the way. I'm going to save it as a template. So the difference between saving to client and saving the template is, being that I'm going to save it as a template, I can utilize it for the purpose of why we did this. We're going to go back into that other setting and set this as our default template. If I click save to client, then this is going to send that search specifically to a client that I choose. So that's the difference between the two options. So for this purpose, we're going to click on save as template. And then I'm going to name this template. And again, the naming is kind of your headline. So you want to make it interesting if the search is interesting. So mine's pretty basic. So I'm just going to say,
Do they see the name on the thing?
yes.
Oh.
So I'm going to say OC. And empty homes. So single. Doesn't look like I'm spelling it right. But it's not spell checking. Let's just do some homes for right now. Between 1 to 2. I'll just call mine that, right? And then you can, like with any search, you can, is it daily search? Is it weekly? So being that this is for not a warm lead, you can hand pick daily, monthly. So I don't know. For me, I think I would set it monthly.
Yeah.
Just to be, because I don't want to, they're cold, so I don't want to, barrage them with a bunch of emails, because that's the whole purpose why we're using RealScout and not letting Follow Up Boss or another system just regurgitate things. You do have a couple choices: suppress natural language intros. I forget exactly what that is. And the next is send open house reminders before each weekend. That's up to you.
Yeah.
Some agents like to send their people out and catch up with them. Some of them want to,
Be
hold
more
their hand.
protective.
Right. So it all depends on how aged you are. You have the options to do either. So if that all looks good, the last step is create template, is the button right here on the left. Click on that. And then up at the top, it says listing alert template has been successfully created. You can view all your templates at the listing alert templates page, which if you want to go and click on it, it'll take you there and it'll give you a list of all your saved templates. So in here, you can see I have a few in here. I have that one that originally had set up OCSFR under 1 million. There's also a test, my saved. So the one that you created should be at the top. So now that that's in there, now we can go back to where we were. So we were under, where the heck were we? Marketing, no. I think we were under automations and then auto nurture, if I'm not mistaken.